Hi. Today we'll be learning about Internet of Things. Actually, this is a book written by Mike and John. It basically summarizes or gives us a brief idea about what Internet of Things is. I mean, we basically know what Internet of Things are like in and around our places, like in and around our surroundings. We have lot of concepts of Internet of Things. We might know or we might not know about it. For example, a basic Fitbit it's a concept of Internet of Things, and home automation, and automatic signal lights, automatic uh, gate operating systems. So all these things are uh, concepts, or all these things are the products of Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? In a very simple terms, Internet of Things is a intersection between software and physical world. So it's basically an interaction between the software and the physical world. Physical world in the sense, it can be our body, or it can be a physical path surrounding us. So we know we knew to what extent Internet of Things are there in our lives. For example, small robots, or Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or 3D printers. So we'll be learning about how how these things were conceptualized, how it can be improved, and we'll also be discussing about the roadblocks of this new system. So as I told you, Internet of Things is nothing but linking of different minute devices together, and collecting data from them, collecting unmanaged data, and studying the pattern of the data, and arriving at a preferred solution, or arriving at or making sense of that unorganized data. So what's new? Like, even before we had interaction of software and hardware in many systems. For example, in take CNC lathe, where software coding has to be done, and where software inputs has to be given, so that the CNC machine or lathe does the exact work. So what changed now? So now that in this Internet of Things, it's the scale, it's the scalability. What I feel, and even what author feels about it, like, small devices are interconnected to each other, and 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 these are governed by a few protocols. For example, in these Internet of Things, the working of these Internet of Things are basically backed up by network technology, and this network technology, where sorry where some protocol has to be applied. So working with these protocols are ARPANET protocol, where also the standard protocols are implied, so that the packet sending of packets and receiving of packets are governed. So uh, here the author also discuss about how it is disrupting the economies of sale, like, how it is bringing a change in economies of sale. For example, Internet of Things has, like, led to a different part of the industry where manufacturing is done in a different way. For example, a small scale industry can be set up by 4 or 5 Kickstarters, or in Indiegogo campaign, without having to invest a lot in in the manufacturing products, or without having to invest a lot in the uh, in the investment, like, production machine facilities. We don't now, with this Internet of Things, and now with the information what we can gather from Internet of Things, it's not required. And how how big this can go, like, how manufacturing has been done, like, in a frictionless manner. When the customers, when the author says, Internet of Things has given way to a new manufacturing, in the sense it's giving a way when manufacturing is done without much frictions, or without I mean, friction in the sense, in a hypothetical way, without much roadblocks. So this enables even small companies to handle, bigger concepts like, bigger concepts like supply chain management, logistics. So with this, it has helped small industries to, to take the control of complexities of all these areas. For example, 3D modeling. Even this 3D modeling has the backbone of Internet of Things, and prototyping. With the help of 3D modeling and prototyping, the small scale industries can work towards more specific, or more focused product, instead of wasting time on large prototyping. And software above level of single device, like, how this software has taken a precedence over the hardware. I mean, I understand even the hardware is required for Internet of Thing, like, as a concept to work, but real intelligence comes from interconnection of these devices, and lot of these devices. When I say interconnection, it's lot of devices. When a Google Map is working in real time, it it has, for example, if for example a Google Map has to tell you about a traffic system, so all the devices in the on that road will act as an IoT device. Like, it collects the information. It collects the information as to how fast the vehicle is moving, so that it will give you a real time information. And yeah, yeah, and also, author focus mainly on the services as a thing, like, product as a services, or basically he says everything as a service. Where a big company, for example Amazon is very successful in running its server. So you leave this server running part for Amazon, so that you can concentrate more on the product. So even Amazon's AWS is also somewhat backed up by the Internet of Things, and which is also a cloud based system. And in this Internet of Things, the software replaces the physical complexity, where it's very simple to work with bits rather than working with atoms, right? So this concept has like, even if you have a problem with complex problem with physical issues, it will be brought down to zeros and ones by software, which makes us to handle this problem very in a manageable way, and we can come to a solution appropriately. So coming to the roadblocks of Internet of System, there are like many roadblocks. For example, security, privacy. If the data is handled, or if data is mishandled by different team, I can say team with a not so productive intention. So this can be very dangerous. Very dangerous in the sense, the data can be leaked, like, all the personal information can be leaked. It has many concerns of security, privacy, and also it depends on the network. So if there are any critical process, or critical production, maybe production, it depends on the network. If the network fails, the whole system fails, or the whole IoT in that concept fails. And also author talks about the patents. Obviously, companies will have to work on it, and companies will have to come together and have a solution, economical solution, I can say economical solution, for the betterment of whole of the universe. So even the patenting thing is an issue where a company has to pay a more for the product, or the company has to pay more for for getting a rights of using than the company's technology. So which ultimately has which will be paid by the consumer or us, like who will be using our using these services. So this is basically what IoT is like. I have just given you a gist of what IoT is. Thank you.